Welcome to Hopepulse with Mercy Jeroge. Our topic for today is from scars to stars. This topic is a continuation of what we did last time. We discussed ages 5 to 12, that is the children. We got through the teens and the youth. In that topic, we are discussing the challenges that the youth and the teens and children go through when they suffer a major loss, and how the guardian and the parent can be able to guide them through the recovery process. Today we are continuing with the same, but we are looking at the youth who have lost both parents. They don't have a guardian. How do you deal with loss, and how do you take care of yourself so that you're able to recover without a guardian holding you? So we are going to start with the challenges that the youth go through when they suffer such major loss, and especially when they lose both parents and there's no proper guardian who can say that is entrusted to these people. The major reason why youth at the age of 20 and above sometimes lack a guardian who's taking care of them, there is always an assumption they are old enough, they are adults, they can now take care of themselves. And because they are old enough, they understand what it means to lose this parent. They also understand in depth. They know what it means, they know what they have, they know what they don't have. So they suffer one, prolonged grief. They feel they suffer trauma, they go through a lot of depression because they have a lot of anxiety, they have a lot of questions they're asking themselves about what will happen to us, what are we going to do about our tomorrow. So that becomes a problem, and they really take time to deal with their grief. The other problem they suffer is lack of emotional support, and this is majorly because there's an assumption that these are adults, they are already mature enough, so people feel they really don't need to be hard held, and they let them go before they are able to heal. So they lack that support that they really need at that point. And then because they are young, the people who are of their age, they don't really know how to help them tackle this suffering, this loss that they are suffering. The other thing they suffer is loss of self-esteem. Why? Because they had income, they had parents. Yesterday you had everything, but now it seems like your world has just gone apart. So your esteem goes down. We were living in this estate, we have moved from this place to this location. So if the care is not taken, they can go down, 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 and you find yourself that your esteem is so low, you really have to work on yourself to really come back. The other problem is financial barriers. This is a young person. Yesterday you had parents, today you don't have parents. You don't have your income. So there are many goals that this person had and many dreams that a young person, this is a vibrant age. It's when you're thinking about marriage, it's when you're thinking about going back to college. You have all these dreams, but now your financial support has been cut. So that becomes a barrier to the goals of this person. The other challenge they go through is lack of guidance. There's already an assumption that this is an adult. So there's no person who is really guiding this person on how to go about life. What do I go do so that I'm able to continue with my education? What do I do so that I'm able to continue taking care of myself and also take care of my siblings if I have some of them? So they also suffer the risk of dropping out from school, if it was school, or dropping out from whatever careers that they were pursuing, because now there's already a barrier, financial barrier, there's already a challenge or a burden to take care of the other siblings that are there or to take care of themselves. So they suffer the risk of dropping out from school and dropping out their studies. They also suffer the risk of there's no income, so even the basic needs, food, housing, health, is a problem. It's already a challenge that they have to face immediately after this major loss. There's the risk of being exploited. When I don't have money, I don't have proper guidance, people out there in the world tend to take advantage of people. When I'm vulnerable, I make a challenge in making major decisions. So people tend to take advantage of such situations, and they take advantage of such children and such young people who do not have a person directly who is able to guide them. They also suffer poor financial literacy. So you will find, because now they don't have a person directly, they may have a lot of money at this point, or or maybe they don't have enough money. How do I balance my expenses? How do I balance my finances so that I'm able to take care of my immediate needs, I'm able to take care of my siblings, I'm able to continue with my education. So without proper education, they will find themselves investing where they were not supposed to invest, or putting their money where they were not supposed to put it, and they lose all that finance. The other problem is difficulty in trusting others. Because people, one time you had your parents, you had your circle of parents, the next minute you don't have them. The ones who are coming, they seem to be taking advantage, so that affects their trust in even people they are supposed to be trusting. They also suffer what we call peer pressure. There is that always the urge to do something, and because they have young people, there is the pressure to do things the way they were doing. They have pressure from, and most of it, they have negative pressure from their age mates, or even from people who want to take advantage of them. So because of that, they will find themselves making some bad decisions. They find themselves engaging in activities they were never supposed to engage in. They also lack what we call legal guidance. And when you lack legal guidance, some of the challenges they will face is, number one, this is a child, this is a young person. They have assets in the family. They have not involved themselves in such major decisions, and they have now to safeguard their assets. They have now to safeguard their education. They have now to safeguard their siblings. How do I go through this whole legal process so that you're able to take care of the administrative issues of your family? So without proper guidance, that's when now you find now some lawyers or some people may pose as wanting to help them or to support them, but they take advantage, and if care is not taken, they can even lose all their assets in the process of trying to administer the assets. So administer the assets that they have. The other problem they face is unclear career path. Who is there to guide this young person? What course do they take? What job do they take? What are they good at? Before then, you would discuss these issues with your mother, with your father. But today, who is there to discuss with? So that becomes a problem. So the other challenge they have is limited networks. This is a young person. So as much as they have very major decisions to make in life, they do not have those networks. You don't expect a person who's only 20 years, 25, 30, they know the lawyers, they know the doctors, they know the financial advisors that they can be able to use. So because of that lack of proper network, they find themselves challenged. Even if they want to make very good decisions, that becomes a challenge with them. Because of those challenges, there are common mistakes that youth at this stage, when they are left alone, make. One of the major mistakes they make is trying to suppress their emotions instead of dealing with them. The reason why a young person would want to suppress their emotions is because they feel the burden of wanting to take care of their siblings. So they don't want to release their pain. They don't want to open up and, I may want to cry. But I'm also looking at, what is my other sister? What is my brother? What is my other person going to do if I am not able to cope with my own pain? So what the person is forced to do is to suppress their own emotions in an effort of trying to take care of the other people. The other mistake they make is engaging on very risky behaviors. There is too much pain around here. It is too much, it's heavy. I don't know what to do. So even if I'm just going to take an activity, I go out and party with friends, whether I know them or I don't know them. I can go party all night. I can go and drink myself out. There's this guy, I can just go and be with them at night. So whatever I can be able to do just to deal with the pain, they do it. So that becomes very risky and exposes them to exploitation. The other mistake they make is isolating themselves from potential support system. Well, you may not have the parents, but there must be somebody somewhere that you can trust. You may not trust all of them, but there must be somebody. So don't lock yourself alone. Don't isolate. Don't do it alone. Allow yourself to seek help. It's okay when it's necessary to lean on somebody, because we are not, we are social beings. So at times when I'm going through very difficult situations, it is okay to be with people. So do not isolate. The other mistake that they make is prioritizing on short-term survival techniques. So because I don't have money, I do not know what to do. There's pressure to get some money for my house, to get some money to go back to school. What are we going to eat? So the immediate thought would be to get a job, to drop out of school and get a job, to drop out of school and maybe open a small business, and they tend to forget that there is the future. So you hang on and hold on the survival for now. The other mistake is, though I'm in school, I may not have money. Because of lack of knowledge, though there are scholarships, there are funds, they feel not to apply for those scholarships. They feel not to apply for the funds and to get to the bodies that can be able to assist them, maybe sometimes because of lack of knowledge, or sometimes because he's a young person and I want to post strong, I can do this. So I don't want to call it pride, but that ego, I can do this. So even if I really don't know how to do it, I miss an opportunity because I did not apply for that scholarship. I did not apply for that aid for my brother or for my sister. So I end up struggling more than necessary only because I did not know that it is okay to seek help. Where there's need for me to get help. The other challenge is falling for scammers and people who are exploiting them. Because I have this urgency to get a job, there's urgency to start a business. So any idea, any person who comes with an idea that looks like it can take me to the next level, I will very quickly take it up. So because of that, the gut feeling, that sense that tells me, hey, here there's a problem, feels to work. So any idea that comes in, I take it, I run with it, as long as I'm making a coin, and before I know, somebody has come to me and I've lost all the funds that I have. So the other mistake is spending impulsively instead of saving, because of the pressure to put things in order, to see that now you're set again, you have a business, you have some income, you are setting the house. So in trying to do all these things, you buy these things, you buy many things, some of them are even not necessary. So instead of putting this money aside and saving it, so that when you're calm and you're now clear on the direction you're going to take care of something, you find that you have spent the money on things that maybe were not very necessary. And at the end of the whole story, that money is lost. The other mistake is avoiding financial aid. I think that one I've talked about again. If I don't have, I don't have. It is okay, because it's a season. So let me just accept that at this point, I don't have. And whatever aid I can be able to get to be able to start again and to be able to support my siblings if I have any, let me go for it. So the other mistake is associating with harmful peer groups. Because of there's already a gap. There is somebody you are having your parent, you are having the support, even the friends of your parents were there. Now because you're feeling that gap, you have an urgency to hang on other people. You need that social connection. So you end up now connecting yourself with the bad groups. And when you have these groups now, there's pressure to do wrong things that you never imagined that you never do in your life. So the other mistake they make is avoiding friendship due to fear of rejection. Because of the gap that has been created in their heart, there is that feeling of being abandoned. There is just something that you have just lost. So there is a tendency of feeling, I might get close to this person and then they reject me, they may not accept me. So because of that fear, you avoid connecting with friends. That makes you get isolated and you become very lonely. So the other challenge is not knowing your legal rights. The assets that belong to you, the assets that belong to your parents, they belong to you rightfully. And you cannot assume, you have to fight for them. So do not assume. And if you are not sure, the first thing after that loss, get to know what belongs to you. Get to discuss with your lawyer so that you're able to know what steps am I supposed to take from this stage. Because you will need them for you. You will need them for your siblings. So do not assume and just let go. What belongs to you just be taken over by other people. Just like that. Okay, the other mistake is settling for dead-end jobs. Even if there is no future, you can't see any future in this job. As long as it can pay now, I can get some food now, I can get something to eat, I can pay for my rent, it is still okay. So now, we've gone through the challenges. There are all these mistakes. May have made even the mistakes. I'm already in this situation. So what do I do? What steps do I take? So the first thing that you need to do is seek counseling and therapy. You have gone through a major loss. You are only a human being. You are a young person. You are not that strong that you can be able to deal with this whole thing on your own. Please do not shy away to seek help. So get therapy so that you're able to process it. That is not a loss that you can be able to process on your own. So seek help. And even if you don't have money, there are bodies in the country that are able to give counseling without charging. For groups. So get the bodies that support the orphans, get the counseling bodies that can help people who are economically challenged but they need therapy. So that you don't, the financial barrier will not hinder you from pursuing your health. The other thing, join a support group. There are very good support groups that helps with dealing with grief. There are support groups that help the young people. So take one, connect yourself with a church so that you're in a youth group, you are somewhere. So get yourself a support group. The importance of getting a support group is when I have a support group, there are other people who are going through the same challenge that I'm encountering. So it kills the notion that I am the only person who is going through this. It also helps me, apart from what I'm getting from counselors and other people, I learn from the peer, the support group. This is a person, maybe this person lost their parent this year, the other one lost last year, the other one is 10 years old. You are able to learn from the challenges that they went through and how they've been dealing with these challenges. So if the support group would be very ideal. Even when you're going through counseling, having a support group is very, very important. It will make your process more easier, and then it will also help you to deal with the negativity that comes with that. Because you feel like you're all lost, you feel like God is being unfair to you. You feel like the world is just unfair. So instead of getting into all these notions, when you have other people who are going through the same situation, you're able to see other people who have succeeded. They've gone through that problem, they have gone through the same loss, they have gone through it well, and they have successively been able to stabilize. That will help you to see hope. Even in the midst of the darkness and the gray, you can be able to see that there's hope at the end of the tunnel. Okay, the other thing that you can do to help yourself is seek mentorship. You have never taken care of a family on your own. This is the first time you're finding yourself alone in a space where you have to take care of yourself single-handedly. You have to take care of your siblings if you have any. So how do I take care of this family? Get somebody to work with you. They are trusted people that can be able to work with you and be able to mentor you, and you can be able to be consulting them on the steps that you're supposed to take. So I have counseling, I have a support group, I have a mentor. You may not have all of them, but in the three, you can pick one of them or two of them that you can be able to combine so that you're able to walk the journey, not alone, but with a support system. The other thing you can do, we said you do not drop from school, you don't stop pursuing your goals. So get scholarship, get the bodies that support the orphans, the NGOs, their government institutions. Don't shy away. At least, you know what I say, be seeking for help. If I go to that body and I seek for help, the only thing I can get, if they don't help me, it's only that I will get a no. But if I did not seek for that help, the answer will always be no. But when I seek for help, there is a possibility that I will get the help. And if I don't get it, it is better than trying than failing because I did not attempt. And then later on I realized, Kupe, if I knew and if I tried this, I would even have continued with my education. So get that help. Apply as many as you can. Talk to as many bodies as you can. And don't get discouraged if you tried one body and they fail to assist you. Go to the next one. These ones may not have it, but even when you're there, you can ask them, okay, you don't do it, but you know of another institution that can be able to support. Gather the courage and do not get discouraged along the way. The other thing you need to do, sometimes it's genuinely, you may be forced to put a stop to your education for some time. So if you really are not able to continue with school, as you're looking for scholarship, you can get some vocational training. There are some short courses that you can be able to do that can help you to at least get your foot studying again. Then you can be able to continue with the long-term goals. So at that point when you're not able to continue with your education immediately, there are some short courses that you can be able to take so that you have some skills. Like you can have like online skills, you can do something like coding, you can do, something like learning how to do some agriculture, so that when you have these skills, they will help you for now. And then when you're able now to start on your feet again, you're able to take care of your basic needs. As you're looking for scholarships, then you continue. They'll be helping you to start as you continue now with your major education. They will also help you because even when you're going back to school, you will still need to eat, you will still need to feed yourself, you need to pay, even if maybe you're not paying for school fees, maybe you will be paying for your house. So these skills that you acquire this time, they will help you to get part-time jobs that will help you to take care of your other needs as you're pursuing your long-term goal. So the other thing you need to do is to seek help from teachers and social workers. You do not have all the information, and you do not even also have to struggle to get information. So talk to a social worker in your county, maybe from your MP's office, and you get to know if I need help with education, help with housing, help with food, whom can I talk to? They have all the bodies, they have connections. Even if they don't have right there, they'll be able to connect you to an institution that can be able to support you. So do not shy away, get to those offices and get the right help. The other thing is get a part-time job. Of course, the reality is already people have assumed you're an adult. So they expect you to take care of yourself, they expect you to take care of your family. So get a part-time job, even if it's not a very skilled job. Do not sit back there and go hungry. Get a job. No matter how small it is better, it is a good starting point. If I start a part-time job, I get 100 or 500 or 200, it is much, much better when I'm going without food, when I'm begging for food every day. But even if I have to struggle and seek help somewhere, at least when I am able to get something from that part-time job, as I'm seeking for help, I'm also able to take care of a few things as I'm looking forward to longer-term support. So your take-home for today is, it is okay to feel pain. It is okay to start low, but it's also possible to recover. But do not do it alone. Agree to seek help when it's necessary. And when you do that, you will be able to recover. And also remember, be very patient with yourself. Be kind, be gentle to yourself. This is a major rose. It's not simple, but it is possible for you to rise again. Love yourself, take care of yourself, give yourself the best. And even when it's very hard for you, remember, there is a lifting up. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. See you next time, and remember to keep that path of hope. Bye-bye. God bless you.